So Upanayan is the 10th sanskar in life. Dans sa 16 sanskar la, we have Upanayan, which is the 10th sanskar. Upa means near, Nayana means to take, right? So what does the word Upanayan means? It is to take the child near the Guru, to the Guru, okay? So for the Upanayan sanskar, we need to have a Guru. The Guru will perform the sanskar, the ceremony, and then will accept us as a student. Qui fait nous faire Upanayan sanskar, c'est before going to Gurukul to study the scriptures, Upanayan sanskar is important to be done, right? So that's why before starting the education of the child, this sanskar, Upanayan sanskar, is done and is important to be done, right? This sanskar is known as, quand on finit faire sanskar là, the person who wears the janev is known as Dvij. Rappelle ça mot-là bien. The person after doing the sanskar, after wearing the janev, is known as Dvij. Dvij veut dire someone who is born twice. And du monde qui naît deuxième fois. Ou la deuxième fois. So we know our first birth is from our mother. That is our physical birth. Our second birth is that spiritual birth. Now we are going to enter the world of studies of spirituality. Okay, so then we are called a Dvij. You can get a question for 1 mark. What is the meaning of Dvij? Ou bien comment nous appelle un dimon qui l'infini faire Upanayan sanskar? Nous appelle un Dvij, a twice born, right? If you know in Christianity, ben on fait baptême, no? Donc c'est la même chose. Just to say for you to understand, in Hinduism, c'est une forme de baptême, actually, right? In the Vedic age, every child observed this ceremony. And point bien important, every child observed this ceremony. Every child wore the janev, right? But then came a society, people with a certain mindset that only ban Brahman, ban Pret, ban la ki visamet, seulement ban la ki met janev, which is not true. Someone who is from a low caste also can wear a janev. I'm saying low caste for you to understand. Il est capable dans n'importe qui caste. He can wear the janev. Now there is also a question, est-ce que une madame niqab met janev, a girl? Dans nos sociétés, in our Mauritian context, the Hindus here, nous divisons en deux. And ceux qui suivent Vedic and ceux qui suivent Puranic. Those who follow the Puranic, they say that girls do not wear the janev. Par contre, ban Vedic, ban girls and women also wear the janev. Right? So this might be of a kind of mindset, a kind of culture, or a kind of tradition. But janev is for everyone, irrespective of caste, right? So students were admitted in the boarding school, qui nous appelle Gurukul at that time. Là qui arrivait, when the child is admitted there, of it before admission, the Guru tests the child. The Guru tests the child. If the child passes the test, then the Guru accepts the child as a disciple. Normalement, Guru là, pour faire enfants là, rescotli for 3 nights. One night, he will test the endurance of physical pain, physical endurance. Est-ce que sur l'école, il have endure pain? Parce que in the Gurukul, we sleep on the ground in a kind of bed or something. There is a life of hardship. So physically, the child must be prepared for that. Deuxième nuit, li check so emotional being. Troisième nuit, li check so spiritual connection. Right? If the child passes in the 3, he is admitted and then we fair the Janay ceremony. Right? Now, you must know the story of Satyakam and Jabala. Satyakam was the son and Jabala was the mother. Satyakam went to his guru to learn. The guru asked him a question. Who is your father? He did not know his father. He returned home. He asked his mother Jabala, who is my father? Jabala told him that I don't know who is your father because she has been working at the palaces of kings, and many kings took advantage of her. So she doesn't know the father. So Satyakam the next day, he reacted to Guru. Then he told his Guru the truth, that he doesn't know about his lineage, he doesn't know about his father. Then his Guru told him, my dear child, I shall initiate you. I will do your upanayana and accept you as my student because you spoke the truth. Okay. So the one wearing that janev should be on the right path, spiritual path, dharma, right? So let's see a bit about the rituals to be done in the Upanayan sanskar. Normally, this sanskar is done when the child is between the age of 8 to 12 or more. Okay. But it should be done before the child enters the world of education. Bon, il est possible qu'il enter the world of education après lui faire sanskar-là parce que tous enfants, they are not ready for this whenever they are ready. But the aim is to wear this janev and then to start our education, right? So those days they were wearing deer skin as garment. But maintenant we have proper cloth, made of cotton or whatever. So the child wear proper cloth like dhoti type. Usually white, ou bien un petit peu saffron color, but usually white. Most of the time white, right? So then the sacrament is performed. The wearing of sacred thread is done, right? Then the guru, the priest, the guru is going to chant this mantra. If you don't know the mantra, no problem. It means that in order to ask for strength, longevity, so that is long life, enlightenment, the Yagyopavit, that is the Janev, is made of 3 threads. Or if you wear it, you will see a 3 threads là-dedans. It is wear diagonally on the chest, resting on the left shoulder. You pose the left shoulder and living diagonal on your chest, right? Now, why 3? Qui fait in 3 threads? 3 means the 3 gunas, the sattva, the rajas, and the tamas. Tu dis, maintenant, the 3 gunas, j'ai déjà expliqué, right? Maintenant, 3 also represent the word Om, A-U-M, Om. O, it represents the word God. O, it represents the duties of God, which is creation, preservation, and destruction, qui nous appelle the Trinity. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiv, Pesa, creation, preservation, and destruction. Ou bien the 3 threads may represent the 3 depths Nous tous nous avons trois déclons. Premièrement, Rishirin, debtor to the seers ou bien ban sages. You know, ban sages, c'est parti de nous, ban scriptures. Zodi, nous parti de scriptures to learn and to put into practice. So we have a debt towards them, nous endettés envers eux. Then we have the Pitririn to our parents and to our ancestors. And then we have Devrin, that is debt to God. God has, for example, God in nous to the fair, the air, the sun, food. So we have a debt, right? The three threads can also mean the three words Sat, Chit, Anand. Okay, so when you're writing your answer, you are writing Sajanevla in our three threads, Udun significance of the three threads. Okay. Now, when si tu trouves sa photo là bien, it's a bit not clear. In your book, you have it. You have the child, il rase la tête. No. Rase la tête là, il become optional parce qu'il nous finit faire mon sanskar avant, quand les enfants nés après quelques jours, right? But usually, why do we shave the head? Shaving of the head represent you are renouncing material world, right? And then, je vous trouve in un stick là, si je peux trouver bien, in a stick, he holds that stick, right? Normally, auparavant, tu peux donner ban élèves un stick in Gurukul parce que a stick like this would be very helpful to them. Firstly, quand je peux marcher, ça fait comme je peux traverser la rivière. They can use the stick, you know, to see est-ce que qui profondeur il était, non? Ou bien there can be wild animals to save themselves. They can use that stick, right? But it should not be used as a weapon. C'est pas quelque chose to be used comme si to hurt someone else ou bien another, can be an animal. Si un animal, il protège lui, but not to kill, not to use as a weapon, right? And it is also required to control the cattle protection while going out and on. Longtemps, tu peux amener ban cattle, amener ban cow, manger quelque part, no? So they were using that. So at the end of the ceremony, the mother, the father, the teacher, the friends bless the child, pray to God. O child, may you grow in strength and vigor and live for 100 autumns. Live for 100 autumns veut dire vivre longtemps. May you have a brilliant life, right? Now, during the performance of the upanayana sanskar, the first lesson to be learned here is simplicity. Si je pour les enfants là, li ena un bâton, un stick, li pou ena un jola comme ça avec li, right? Like a bag type of. He's wearing simple white clothes, right? So it is a lesson of simplicity. We need to, comment dire ça? To put that into practice in our life, simplicity. Irrespective of the position or status of the family, okay? At that time in the Gurukul, we had children from the warrior class, man kings et man enfants, ou bien man shudras et man enfants, no? They were mingling together, they were living together, right? So it is a lesson of simplicity. Then the child usually begged for food. Normalement, longtemps, c'est dans sa provision que les rois qui feed pan Brahman dans Gurukul. And also they beg. Mais arrivé à une certaine époque, they were begging only. Maybe the king were not doing the work properly. So they beg. to have food, to get food. Now, when they beg, they need to ask for food only, nothing else. And they cannot accept something else also. Si un jour vous donne l'eau, s'il n'est pas besoin accepter, he or she should refuse, right? So when he begs, what does he ask? Bhavati bhiksham dehi. Oh lady, give me food, right? So to accept food, about that, nothing. Now, in the Ramayana, in the Mahabharata, we have many stories where many students of various class and caste and status lived together in the Gurukul. For example, you have Krishna and you have his friend Sudama. Sudama was a very poor one, right? So they live together. That is the simplicity, humility they have to learn at a very young age, right? So this is the Upanayana Sanskar, simple as that. Yeah. We move on to the vivaha Sanskar. Je te rappelle un petit peu maintenant, quand n'importe qui sanskar, je peux écrire on that. You remember the few steps ou bien rituals qui nous fait, no? To do the sanskar. Let's go to vivaha Sanskar. This should not be difficult for you because you have attended many weddings in your life, of course. So vivaha Sanskar comes in the second stage of life, the grihast ashram. Quand le supposé marié normally as from 25. It can be a few years before or few years after as well. Il n'est pas besoin exactement at that age nécessaire. So according to the Hinduism, we need to perform a religious ceremony qui nous appelle vivaha Sanskar. Just going to the court getting married is not enough. As a Hindu, genuine believer, we need to do the vivaha Sanskar as well. So after the marriage, the wife is called as Ardhangini. Ardhangini, which is the better half. Okay, and a man is considered incomplete without the wife after marriage. Si je te rappelle dans Ramayana in a place que Ram was doing the Ashwamedh Yagya and Sita was not there. Sita était dans la forêt. Then qui Ram in fair, Ram built a statue of Sita. Parce que without Sita, parce que il est marié avec Sita, without Sita, he cannot perform any religious activity, any ritual. Et vice versa. L'homme n'est pas capable de faire un ritual sans son madame. Madame là aussi n'est pas capable de faire un ritual sans son monsieur, sans son husband after marriage. Right? Why do we marry? The big question. Normally, we were getting married to have children. That was the very initial aim of marriage, to get children. Quand nous gagnons children qui arrivent, nous pay the debt towards our parents and our ancestors. C'est la moitié des autres, nous avons une rin qui nous appelle pitri rin. Debt towards our ancestors and parents. Ou peut payer sa dette là. Comment on paye sa dette là? Ou continue sa lineage là by having children. But de nos jours, si vous demandez des gens qui font les mariés, few of them will tell you to have children. Some of them will tell you it's not important to marry to have children. Some will tell you to have a partner, to share our feelings, our happiness, and our sorrows, right? So the aim of marriage might have changed with time, but marriage is still being done, right? Il est important qu'il nous fait marriage as per the scriptures written in scripture, pas seulement marriage in the court. Now, the Hindu marriage, nous avons tilak, je connais bien l'alphabet tilak. Ça veut dire, d'un côté, tifi, de l'autre côté, garçon, tifi, ce frère, il fait garçon, là, met tilak. Qui fait, il met tilak. It is a way to welcome the groom in the family. You're welcome in the family, right? And then we do the haldi. Tafa, haldi. Why do we do that? Haldi is a purificatory ceremony. Tout que bien safran, il purifié. Safran, il antibacterial, right? So it purifies and it gives a glow also. À cause ça aime tout de là, de l'une sous de glow parce que je mets safran, right? And they do the haldi and then there will be the food, the bhojan, nice food, usually the traditional food, right, on that day. Then there will be the marriage, right? The marriage, when a barat, they will, yes. So there will be the barat, cars are very well decorated to stuff, right? With flowers, with some clothes and all. Maintenant, Kiban rituals nous perform during the vivaha sanskar. Okay. Pabliye tilak et haldi is done. Maintenant, jour mariage, même on the day of marriage, what are the rituals done? You have to remember them. And c'est kanyadan. You have heard about it, where the bride's parents, they give away the girl, right, to the groom, right, to the man. This is the kanyadan, and usually it's done with clothes, utensils, d'un cadeau ensemble, right? Then you have the pani grahan. Pani with a hand. Pani pa with a dilo. On Sanskrit, pani with a hand. It is what? Holding the bride's hand. Dulha li putra hold the hand of the bride. What does that mean? It means that the transfer of responsibility from the father to the bridegroom. Depuis lo papa la selame, ben la pou met dulin selame, lo dula selame. It will mean the transfer of responsibility. The dulha, the groom, li biza, in a responsibility towards the bride. Then you have the asma rohan. Asma rohan is stepping on a stone. Usually, the bride, quand je fais l'étau d'y fait, chaque l'étau qu'il y fait, she touches the stone avec son pied droit. Okay? What does that mean? A stone is firm. So she has to, yen ritual qui mean that, qui signify that she has to be firm in life. Parce que life is not easy, no? And a beaucoup ups and downs in life. So she has to be firm. Then you have the Agni Pradakshina. Je te fais les tours d'y fait 3 fois. Okay? 3 fois seulement. Fais les tours d'y fait. Where they accept the bond of the marriage. And God is being the witness. God, say in terms of fire, là, sa fire, là, qui te représente God, is the witness. Then they do the Hriday Sparsh. Hriday Sparsh with the touching of the heart. The groom, he would touch the heart on the chest of the lady, right? On the bride, he would touch the heart. What does that mean? It's not only a physical union which is happening, but it is a union of the heart. Li becomes arouse a love, emotion in the heart of the bride, right? Marriage is not only physical, but it's also about friendship, about loving, trusting each other. That's why we do the touching of the heart. Then you have the lajja home. Lajja home, say the roasted grains qui se met dans fire. Usually bride, c'est un frère de Nisano Solame, qui nous aussi appelle lawa, si je ne connais pas le nom lawa. And then they pour that in the fire. Okay. Maintenant, grains, qui fait grains, parce que grains, they signify life. Li signify fruitfulness. Quand on plante une affaire, il y a un grain, ça veut dire li fruitful. So we pray that the wedding, both of them, the bride and the bridegroom, that la vie living fruitful. Right? Then we have the Saptapadi. Saptapadi, c'est 7 steps. That marche 7 steps ensemble. Normalement, les Vedas disent nous que je fais les tours d'Ifé seulement 3 fois. Et je marche ensemble 7 steps together 7 times. Okay? Chaque step in insignificance. Premier step, it is done for cereal and food. Céréales, food, grains. Nous besoin pour vivre, pour broth. So, tous les deux ensemble, bride, bridegroom, tous les deux ensemble, je fais 1 step, which means for the food. Second step is for strength and energy. You know, to have a family, to shoulder responsibility, you need strength and energy. The second step is for that. Third step is for wealth. Nous besoin casse pour nourrir une famille. It is for wealth. The fourth step is for prayer for health. Nous besoin à la santé, good health, to be able to look after a family. So the fourth step is a prayer towards for health. The fifth step is for progeny, that is to have children. They ask blessing to have children. Sixth step is prayer for the seasons. Nous prier pour la nature aussi durant un mariage. Et pas seulement jusqu'à l'étau du fin fini, non, but for the seasons also, for the nature. And then the last step together, which is the 7th step, is for a long prayer for a long wedded life and for an enduring friendship. Dans un couple bizarre in our friendship. C'est pas un friendship. It's un petit peu difficult to maintain the relationship. Okay. So that is the Saptapadi. And then the marriage. No, it's not over. Nous avons fait Sindoor Dan. We apply the Sindoor, Famet Sindoor. It is a rite, il y a un ritual qui passe de tout qui peut formuler. Qui passe de tout qui peut formuler. Usually people of Arya Samaj, ban Vedic se pas mettre Sindoor. Ban Puranic qui met Sindoor. Right? But nowadays, whatever. Then you have the Surya or Dhruv Darshan. Surya or Dhruv Darshan. What is that? Surya, c'est the sun. Dhruv, c'est the star, the pole star. Quand nous finissons mariés, Pandit Lal, il amène-nous des hauts. Nous, c'est-à-dire de Dulha, the Dulhan, Feligate Soleil. Right? Together. And le soir aussi, Feligate the pole star. Right? Either or, yes, yeah. Si l'île mariée dans la journée, ligue de soleil, sinon, at night, the pole star. Normally, c'est the bride qui gets ça, right? With qui fait ça, it is for binding, fastening, and firmness in the marriage. You know, soleil, tous les temps lila, the star, tous les temps lila, the pole star. Les firm, even in the marriage, that firmness, that bonding is important to start a family, right? And then the last thing we do say the blessings, the two of white flare, no? For in terms of blessings, right? And then the Hindu marriage is over, right?